Good morning, neighbors. It's Alicia Dolan here at Crafting in My Corner. I'm a Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator. Thank you for joining me today for our last live video for Christmas in August. I have a really cute card to show you today. Not just a card, but a gift card holder. And I thought that this would be the perfect time to make up some of those and be ready for Christmas. You could also use them for other occasions, but since Christmas in August is our focus right now, I thought that would be the best use of it. So I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll get started. Again, I just wanted to remind you really quick, if you want to order the card class that goes with this Christmas in August special, you can do that anytime before September 15th. And to do that, you'll have to contact me. You can message me or call me if you have my number, and I will get back to you about the best way for you to order that and for me to get it to you. So the cost of the class is $30, and you get all the paper and embellishments to make 8 cards, 2 each of 4 designs. And if you missed the video for that, you can go back and watch it. It's posted on the Crafting in My Corner Facebook page. And if you have any other questions, let me know. I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll get started with this morning's Christmas project. Okay, let me get my camera set just right. And there's one other way I wanted to mention to get the Christmas in August Christmas card class kit, which comes with the paper and the embellishments. It does not come, however, with the stamps or ink or coloring utensils. So those you could order on your own. But if you do order those, you can visit my Stampin' Up! Website. The address is right here. And if you use this host code, I will send you the class kit for free if you place an order of $50 or more. This is actually a great time to do that because Celebration is also going on right now. And so if you place an order, you can qualify for a free product from the Celebration catalog. There's stamps and paper and a lot of things you can choose from. Just really quick, I'm excited about this stamp that comes with the set. So if you order $50 from the Stampin' Up! Website, you can choose this stamp set for free. And I'll be posting a video soon with some cards made from this stamp set. Okay. I just wanted to show you that real quick. I have it placed up where I need it for a project for later today. All right, so we are going to get started, and I will post in the video description later all of the measurements for each of the projects this weekend for the Stampin' Christmas in August class. So if you are waiting for the measurements, they will be there really soon. So today we're going to start with a piece of old olive, and this piece of cardstock measures 8.5 by 3.5. And I was cutting some this morning. You can actually get 3 of these out of 1 sheet of cardstock. 2 inches from one side, we are going to place a score mark. And then we're going to turn our card around. And on the other side, we're going to place a score mark at 2.5 inches. And then we can go ahead and fold our piece of cardstock along those score lines. Oh, I didn't hold that one very nice. And then we're going to cut our designer series paper. I have already cut mine so that you guys could see what it looks like. Our first piece of designer series paper is cut at 3 1/4 by 2 1/4. And our second piece is cut at 3 1/4 by 1 3/4. What we're going to do with those is the larger piece is going to go here on the bottom of our project. And I'm going to add a little bit of glue. I'm using the liquid glue right now. Line around the edge and the squiggle in the middle. I thought that gift card holders would be a good project for now, because I like to give gift cards because I like to let people choose their own gift. I think that's fun sometimes. Sometimes you don't know exactly what to gift, and so a gift card is a good option. But they're not, some of the cards are pretty, but they don't come always in a pretty package. And I thought this was a good way to package them up. So we added a little glue to our piece for the top, and we're going to put it in the center and just kind of line it up. And then we can wiggle it a little bit to get it in the middle, since we used our liquid glue for that. Now we're going to take a strip of old olive that is 1 inch by 9 inches. And this one, we are going to place the score mark at 2 1/2. And then we're going to turn it to the other side and put a score mark at 2 and, hold on, I wrote 5/8, but that doesn't feel right to me. Let me double check real quick what size that is. No, it should be 2 3/8. So I will make sure I take a note of that for our directions later. Okay, and then we can fold those pieces in. And since we're going to cover them up with something, we can let the band be in the front. I'm going to use a little piece of tear and tape adhesive to glue these together. Let's see. This way. So I'm going to put my tear and tape right here. And this tear and tape is really sticky, so be a little bit careful when you're working with it so that you don't end up stuck to anything. And once you put it down on your paper, you're going to notice if you try to pull it back up, you'll tear your cardstock. So try to measure carefully where you're going to put it before you lay it down. And then we're just going to close them over the top so that they line up. And then we can put our gift card inside here and slide this band over the top to keep it closed. Now, before you put your gift card inside here, I would take a mini glue dot and stick it to the back and then stick the gift card on there, just to make sure that it stays in place. So we're going to put our band over the top like this. And I used my Stamparatus, and I'll show you real quick how I did this. I used the kitty and the small stocking, and if you can see, they're right here on my Stamparatus. And I'll show you. And when I stamped them, so that I could stamp them both at the same time, I used a piece of basic white that was wide enough to cover both of them, and then added some Memento Black Tuxedo ink and stamped them both at the same time. And then when I ran them through the Stampin' Cut machine, I could just put my dies on top of there, and I could do 2 sets at once instead of going back and forth, stamping and cutting and stamping and cutting. But since I already cut those out, I'm just going to show you how I colored them. And I used some of the same colors that I used on my card from the other day, from Thursday. So I used the crumb cake marker, I used cherry cobbler, and I used old olive. Cherry cobbler and old olive are both in the Regals collection. So if you ordered the Stampin' Right markers, you would have both of those. That's these two here. So I use these to color my stocking. And if you don't have the Stampin' Right markers, you could always use whatever coloring tools you have at your disposal. You could use watercolor pencils, you could use colored pencils. Stampin' Up's I can't think what they're called right now. The new markers are really nice for coloring, especially coloring these little kitty cats or puppies. They work really good. I find with these I have to work a little fast in order to get the best image. And maybe just because I haven't used the Stampin' Right markers a lot. I like the new blending ones. And before that, I always just loved the watercolor pencils. I like the look of watercolor a lot. So I like to outline my image first and then just color along it. So there is that one, and then we'll color our kitty. Now these Stampin' Right markers have I'm not sure what you call the tip, but it's more like it's not a hard tip. So when you're coloring with them, you don't want to press really hard. You want to be kind of gentle. Alright, so let's color our kitty. Hope you're all having a wonderful Saturday. I can't see your comments right now, but I will check them in just a minute. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them, and I will check them. I do read them all, even if I can't read them during the video. So now I'm going to take my kitty, and I am going to use a couple mini glue dots to stick her to the stocking. I guess it could be a him too. I didn't think about that, but guess my mind is just on hers today, and I'm just going to stick her to the stocking. And then I'll turn her over and put a couple Stampin' dimensionals on the back. I'll probably use maybe 4. One here and one here. And I try to put them not too close to the edges, but kind of in the, a little bit closer toward the center. So we're going to put her right here on the front so that we cover up that little spot where we joined our band. And then I'm always a little bit careful when I take my stamps off my Stamparatus or even off a block. I don't know if they can get stretched out or ripped, but I always try to be really careful just in case they could. And then I'm going to pull this stamp here that says "For You," since it's a gift card, and I need a little piece of white to stamp on. I think that's about the right size, and this piece is 3/4 of an inch, and I am actually, let's see if it fits this way. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna line it up this way, and I'm not gonna cut it first so that my magnet has something to hold on to, because it's gonna be such a small piece. I don't want to try and squeeze it on there. Okay, I think that's lined up pretty good. So we'll pick it up, and I'm going to use my Tuxedo Black ink. And we'll just close our plate and press that gently. Looks good. And I'll set that to the side. And I'm going to use my chamois real quick to wipe off my stamp, because lately I've found my fingers are getting inked up an awful lot. I don't know if I'm working in a hurry or just forgetting to clean my stamps, but I don't want to go on to a next project with ink all over my fingers, because then it will end up on my project. All right, and we're going to put this off to the side. Now I'm going to cut this piece at I'm going to cut it at 1 inch. And when I'm working with a small piece of paper like this, I like to move my cutting blade down so that my paper rests against the top. I think that the ruler will hold it as long as you're pressing down, but I like the extra security of that top piece. All right, so there is our little piece. That's 3/4 by 1. And I'm going to grab another piece of old olive, and this one I'm going to cut 1 by 1 1/4. So again, because it's a small piece, I'm going to rest it against the top and cut up. And then I can turn this over and add some glue. I'm going to set this one right in the center of that piece of old olive. And I'll turn it over, add some Stampin' Dimensionals. Oops, one's stuck on my finger. And I think I'm gonna put this, let's see, if I scoot my band over a little bit to the left, I can put it right here. Actually, maybe I haven't put my Stampin' Dimensionals right on the edge, so I think maybe I'll overlap it just a hair over that band. And then it kind of tucks under there. And then let's add a few of these matte decorative dots. So I'll use my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm going to use the sticky end. This is a great tool if you don't have one. Both ends are really helpful. And there's also another end that has let's see, one is a piercing piece, and there's also two embossing or scoring ones. And they're all really, I've really liked all of them. Let's use some red dots today. And I'm going to put one right here. And then I'm going to use a couple of these little ones and just put them up here above our kitty. There we go. And there you have it, a cute gift card holder, and you are ready to put in some gift cards and have them in a nice little package for Christmas. Now you could swap these out. You could do Halloween gift card holders, you could do birthdays, you could do New Year's, thank you, pretty much anything you're looking for, and these will be really cute. So all you do is just slide that band off, and remember, when you put the gift card in here, I would put either a mini glue dot or a drop. If you put a drop of this liquid glue and then you wait for it to dry, it'll be sticky, but it'll be kind of removable. It won't be in there permanent. It still might tear the inside a little bit when someone pulls it off, but if they wanted to, they could use it over by covering that up with another little piece of cardstock on the inside. So I will put the measurements for each of the projects that we've worked on this weekend. I will get those all listed in the descriptions of the videos when I get them over to my YouTube channel. I plan on working on that this afternoon. And if you have any questions about placing an order, or if you want to order the card kit, I'll get those to you as soon as I can. Just let me know that you're interested in one. And if you place an order on my website, make sure that you leave your customer name and your home address. That way I can send you a thank you gift. And if you place an order of $50 or more, I will send you the paper and embellishments for the card kits that we worked on this weekend. That's if you use this host code. If you try to use the host code and it doesn't work, just send me a message. Lately, there have been a couple hiccups in the system and the host codes haven't worked right. Thank you for joining me today. Let me know if you place an order between now and September 15th. It all gets included in the Christmas in August ordering special. If you would like to, let me know and I can set up a home party for you or a Facebook party, whatever you're interested in. Thanks for joining me today here at Crafting in My Corner, and I will check your comments and questions later. Have a great day, everyone. Happy stamping.